Alright everybody, welcome to the We Play Dota 2 Group C. We are here with pretty much the group of death. I'm Gods. I'll be solo casting this first game or two. Winter from MUFC will be joining me later on, but right now we have got an old school stand-in. Twister is here to save the day. Empire in a bit of a slump as of late, but they're definitely a team with some firepower. You've got one of the best solo players out there in Scandal. You've got Vigos on your team, such a legendary player. They're capable of upsets. They're capable of some big things. They're going to be taking on the QPad Red Pandas here at the moment with the drafter Mini in the drafting seat. Although it's sort of more Sing Sing and Wagamama sort of taking this captaincy role. But just a quick look of where we actually are. This is our brackets right now. You can ignore the text at the bottom because we are live. QPad versus Empire, KP versus Dignitas. That match is over live on Beyond the Summit 2. So twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. You can check out that live match with Blaze as well as Skim casting. But I'm here casting the match between QPad and Empire as we're going to get ourselves into this draft underway here as we have Empire playing over on the Radiant side, QPandas, or the QPad Red Pandas over on the Dire side, and already, right off the bat, we've got ourselves a Sing Sing Park, most likely going down that solo mid lane. You've grabbed up the two supports with both Rubik and Leshrac picked up very early, so they're saving the carry here for Wagamama. They're going to wait to pick up Select's offlane hero and just sort of run with this, unless we see something out of the ordinary, like a farming Leshrac, your old solo Rubik, but most likely this is going to be a pretty standard play coming out from this QPad side, I imagine, with these picks. I do apologize, guys. Unfortunately, for some reason, the headphones here are not working, so I actually don't hear in-game sounds. You guys should be able to hear the in-game sounds. I'll just make sure of that quickly. I'll actually boost them up a little bit as well. They should be completely on okay for you guys to listen to, but unfortunately that means I cannot. So stuff like Sunstrikes and whatnot, which I should be hearing, I won't be hearing. But it doesn't mean I can't see. I'll have to cast with my eyes and not with my ears. So we'll get things underway. Winter is coming. I should not make jokes like that. We're going to have the last couple bans coming out now. So Empire, recognizing that there's no carry hero yet for Waga, they ban out the Faceless Void, ban out the Lone Druid. Meanwhile, on the QPad side, they're actually banning out the supports that can combo with the Shadow Demon. You have the Setup Disruption, you're looking for something like a Lena stun to follow up. Leshrac's already been grabbed up, so that takes out the best sort of combo hero for that. You can look for some sort of melee options, like a Sand King. Go for a Shadow Demon Sand King, but it's not as powerful, especially when you consider that they've already got the melee here in the Magnus, the Lifestealer. Sure, they're kind of mobile. You've got a Skewer, potential mid to late game Blink Dagger on Mag. Lifestealer can infest in someone, also go for that mobile phase drums build, but having a Sand King in there as well just makes your lanes a bit too weak, and your early to mid game can sort of suffer, especially against the sort of ranged harass of heroes like Rubik, Leshrac, Puck, and whatnot. So we'll see what they look to go for instead, QPad, with all these bans. Gyrocopter actually the final ban, so I guess Kunk is still in the pool, but we're probably not going to be seeing that. There's no Shadow Demon to combo it out for QPad. Well, not to mention we've already got the Puck for Sing Sing, so it's not going to be that strong dual lane mid most likely, where does that put Wagamama? His Void's banned out, Gyrocopter banned out, there is the Anti-Mage always in the pool. You've got to think what can go sort of toe-to-toe with a Lifestealer and potentially another carry or semi-carry though, and the scary thing with Empire's draft with Lifestealer is you can always go offensive trialing. It's not easy against Rubik Leshrac, but if you get Shadow Demon, Lifesteal, and another strong support in there, there's the potential to do that. And then you can run that strong safe lane solo. Something like a Luna. I imagine Luna here that Wagamama's maybe eyeing off as well. As we get ourselves into the last couple picks and bans here. Johnny the standard for Empire as well. Don't know too much about him. I know there's a Johnny who plays for the chain stack in Southeast Asia, but without a doubt, this is not a Southeast Asian player standing in for a Russian team, I don't think. With that said, they have got Twister playing as a stand-in. Twister, the Finnish player, I want to say. I think he's from Finland. Someone's going to correct me if I'm wrong. He used to play for Mouse Sports. He used to actually play on Sing Sing's team, so he's taking on one of his former teammates. There was some drama involving him. For you guys who've been following the Dota 2 scene for some time would know about a bit of what happened when Twister kind of got ousted by his teammates. And here we go, scandal on the Clinks. This is what I'm talking about. You love to pick up that secondary source of damage when you have a Lifestealer draft, and this looks like that offensive trial. And Clinks goes safe lane in a 1v1 matchup. Now QPad need a hero who can sort of take him on 1v1, not to mention it's going to be Select. Select generally sort of playing that suicide solo. He's going to be in a 1v1 matchup with a bit of a mismatch. He's going to get a Bounty Hunter though. Hero can do okay against Clinks. You're probably not going to out-farm him, depending on how you play the lane, especially if Clinks gets pulled some regen, but you want to go for an early Poor Man's Shield probably. Probably you need to get Bounty Hunter pulled some regen as well, otherwise you're just not going to survive that lane. But we're going to see whether or not that is the 1v1 matchup we get. Clink's probably going to get off to a good early game farming start, and if you're QPad, you're probably thinking, look, give him the early game farming lead, but then we have to look for around the 5-10 minute mark, getting a smoke gank off, looking to send the Rubik less track to go kill him, because otherwise Clinks will start to snowball. Bounty Hunter alone, you can't shut him down. I mean, it's a nice sort of semi-counter with the track, but you're not going to beat him in a 1v1 laning scenario, despite the fact you can have vision of him in Windwalk. He's just going to completely dominate you in terms of farm. So we're going to see the last pick from both teams coming out now. No Harry Potter today, guys. If we do get ourselves a long pause, well, basically if we get ourselves DDoS, maybe I'll go Google us some Harry Potter. We'll see. As QPad last pick, what's it going to be? PL still in the pool. That's probably the big one here as far as carry hero goes. And the other one I'm looking at is Alchemist. They've run a lot of Alchemist. They like the hero. They really value him. And it's one of those series which is hard to shut down unless you get offensive trialing, which they will be doing. Not to mention the supports will have to stick with the Alchemist. It means they can't really spend a lot of time getting that Clink. So it does sort of limit them strategically. But it's a hero which I feel can go sort of toe-to-toe late game with a Lifestealer and Clinks if he gets his items up, which is never going to be guaranteed. If you do well against the Trilon, then great. If not, well, then you're in trouble. And something to always consider, is this actually going to be the offensive Trilon? Shadow Demon, Tidehunter, Lifestealer, a decent offensive Trilon, but not sort of the end-all of offensive Trilon. It's actually Tidehunter sort of a long-forgotten support. Actually doesn't do too bad here because disruptions are set up. Gush gives them minus armor and a slow. You get additional slow from an open wound. So this is actually a really powerful offensive Trilon. It's something to sort of keep an eye out for from Team Empire as we get ourselves through this draft now. As Mini, last pick coming out, what's the farming hero going to be? Mention the PL, the Alchemist, their series like Antimage. Yeah, I don't think you want to go for an Antimage, so given the draft and how things are looking right now. But Alchemist definitely could fit in, and it's going to be a Dragon Knight, so they go for something with a bit more firepower in the early to mid game. Having that long stun also can sort of hold his own with all that bonus armor he gets from the Dragon Blood if there's any initiation on him. So that's a useful hero to have. The tankier he gets, though, the more damage we can see Vigos output with his Lifestealer, and Vigos actually going to grab the Lifestealer. That makes you sort of think, normally they're sort of solo mid player. Not really a hero you want to send against a puck, though, so it looks like the stand-in is going to be handling the solo Magnus. As we're going to have the two teams unravel in just a second. Then I won't have to guess and speculate too much longer, guys. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit. Winter, I believe, is going to be joining me later, the MUFC captain, for some of these games in the We Play Dota 2. But for now, he is preoccupied, busy. I think he's doing some team training or whatnot. But it looks like these two teams are ready. We're going to hop ourselves into this game now for the We Play Dota 2 League. As mentioned, guys, this is Group C. This is your group of death, really. You've got Dignitas, KP in the other match. That's over on Beyond the Summit 2. So if you want to check out that match, if you want to watch some Dignitas Dota, they've been playing really well as of late. You can do so. There we go. That gets me back in properly. Let me make sure my camera acceleration is all good. This is what happens when I... Oh, yes. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Smooth spectate. You know you want that smooth spectate option. Assuming I can find it. There we go. Smooth Dragon spectate. So, I like the Empire draft more, but it's more because it's like, I know how well they can play with this Clinks. I'm guessing it's... What? Scandal on Shadow Demon? Interesting. And Blower slash the Resistance playing on the Clink. So a bit of a mix around coming out from these lanes. Interesting. Vigos playing the farmer. So it looks like Empire have decided to maybe try to fix some of these, I guess, their recent results, which have not been fantastic. They've had some sort of poor losses. They haven't really been doing that well. And they're going to do so by switching out some of these roles. As on the QPad side, though, things looking much more standard. The two supports, Jerax and Mini, playing the Rubik, Leshrak, Wagger on the carry DK, who's probably going to be in that safe lane. Then Sing Sing, as always, playing its puck. And that leaves the Bounty Hunter for Select, who it looks like just needed a second or so. Skywrath is auto-banned, apparently. I'm not sure if Skywrath, I guess... I'm not sure whether or not... Skywrath apparently went straight to CM mode, which is a bit surprising considering I think that's not intended, because normally they wait a week or two before they add heroes to CM mode, not because of balance issues, just because it's a new hero. It's very likely there's bugs or whatever, so they often don't allow new heroes into the CM mode until they're sort of sure of it. There's something actually potentially that could come out of the QPad side is that dual lane mid. They've done it before. Something like a DK combined with a follow-up stun. Generally the less track because you've got a bit more firepower. The Rubik doesn't really offer the same amount, but we could be seeing that DK less track dual lane. Rubik can go sort of with the safe lane puck and just use pulls. And the problem is, if there's a one hero in that, if it's a suicide solo, they can't really get much XP because they're never sure when Rubik's coming out. And if it's an offensive trial, and well, Sing just has to stay alive. Mini has to just help keep him alive. Use those pulls to deny as much XP as possible. So we'll see how they look to lane this. And yep, Sing goes straight to the top lane. So it will be that dual lane mid from QPad. They do a lot of dual lanes in that mid lane. They really like to favor it. As we will run through our players and teams once more. Over on the Dire side, it is going to be the QPad Red Pandas, or the QPandas as I sometimes call them. Wagamama playing the Dragon Knight. We've got Jirax playing the support Leshrac. It looks like they're dual laning mid. Select going to the off lane. Early Stout Shield. Some regen as well. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Not going to see the poor man shield right off the bat. Looks like we're going to be seeing Sing Sing, one of the co-captains, playing the puck. Most likely heading to the safe lane. And we've got Mini, the support Rubik. Over on the Radiant side, we are going to be seeing Empire's Oppa, or Vigos, playing the Lifestealer. At mid lane, we've got Johnny on the Magnus. At bottom lane, the two supports, we've got Tidehunter being played by Twister. Shadow Demon being played by Scandal. What is this? This is an absolute scandal in itself. Not putting this guy on Clinks. Not putting him on some kind of a solo. He's not Funnick, but he generally plays their solo. But we're going to see Blower playing the Clinks, the carry role. So it's a bit of a role switch. I guess with the stand-in, they have to mix things up here. As GL have funds come out of both teams. But yeah, Scandal swinging over to that support role. QPad going to try and contest this top rune here. There's just one hero there. Lifesteal the only one, and this is off-lane Lifesteal. He's shoot down a lot of trees here. Okay, this is what he's doing. He's going to pull the Ancients and just kill them. I think you block them in is what happens. Well, I'm not sure of the exact mechanics. We'll have to wait and see exactly how he's going to do this, but I'm interested. He's cut through a lot of these trees, and this is sort of a little trick I believe you can use here, as we are going to see Leshrac pick up an Illusion Rune at the top lane. Bottom lane, Select. He's going to be looking to... Well, he's not going to be able to pull this creep wave. He's a bit too late to the party for that, so... Clinks is going mid. Okay. Lane swap. They're going to see this dual lane mid and decide that Mag cannot do anything about it. So Mag going to swing towards bottom lane. He's going to be up against the Bounty Hunter. Will, I believe, still have the support here. Tidehunter getting a bit of XP and farm. Saying, thanks, man. Gets almost half a level here right off the bat. As mid lane, we are going to see that dual lane versus another dual lane. Shadow Demon Clink's going to try to take it on. They need to be careful because two squishy heroes more likely to be caught out. And these split earths from Jerax. Remember last time seeing this dual lane mid from them? Jerax would just land split earth. He was the initiator. Normally you think DK's done into split earth, but nope. Jerax does it very, very differently. He goes split earth, and if he hits a big one, if he gets him down low enough, then you see Wagamama go in for the follow-up stun. He's got the early point in it. He can go for that. That's top lane. What have we got happening there? It's a dual lane up against a Suicide Vigos on Lifestealer. So, yeah, this is not what you normally expect from these lanes and players. Probably put Scandal onto that Mag, but things are a bit different here. As we will see some pulls coming out. It looks like it was... No, it wasn't trying to stack it. Just probably going to go for a standard pull here on the Tidehunter here, who does need to get some decent early game levels. Johnny the stand on the Mag. We're looking to take on this banner. They drop down early sentry. I don't know if Clinks notices that because Tide comes in. So it does though from the side in fog, but this is more than anything just to keep track of Select. If he goes for a pull, if he goes for something sort of out of the ordinary, then you have sort of the awareness so that you can sort of counteract that. Meanwhile, mid lane, Blower has his farm going. He's not doing well at all. 3-0. Wagamama 4-4. So neither hero player doing all that well here, as both the supports going to go check the rune. Not going to spawn top. Shadow Demon was winning the race there, so Leshrac Jerax going to be pretty happy it didn't spawn. Bottom lane is a DD, and I imagine Bounty Hunter maybe goes for that. Oh, no, he's not going to risk it. It's going to be Twister who's going to be the one picking it up on the Tidehunter, which isn't going to be able to do a whole lot here. And as a result, ganking with it. At most, you're maybe getting off 1, maybe 2 right clicks. Mid lane. Scandal and Blower. What's the plan there? It looks like they're just sitting back and trying to farm as best as possible. Try to time these last hits together. Top, Vigos. He's got no farm whatsoever, but he has got himself up to level 2.5. But the problem is, he's been pretty much out level. Even the support Rubik doing a bit better than him as far as XP goes. So he's been zoned up pretty well. You can't really zone out a Lifestealer entirely with a dual lane just because of the nature of, well, it being a puck Rubik. You don't really have the lockdown and Lifestealer with the Rage. Has the magic mini Select. Oh, he's going to TP out. The skewer wasn't there to cancel it. And the second Sentry Ward even gets used, so that's a big gold investment. They've used 2 Sentry Wards and not really done anything to the Bounty Hunter. I mean, put some pressure on him, force a TP out. He TPs to the tier 1 tower, really smart. A lot of players would say, hey, TPing home. But Select knows he didn't have to go all the way back to base. He stored plenty of HP, plenty of regen, bit low mana, but he can regen that up with pretty much ease. Over time, he needs to probably even look to bring in something like a bottle here if he really wants some extra regen. And this big creep wave on knows how. You don't want to be going back to Fountain when you've got that coming your way. Top lane. It's now sort of a 1v1, well, mostly a 1v1 matchup. Mini is just using these pools, getting early levels, early farm for himself, which considering you can't kill off the lifestealer is the better option. Get your boots up, get some extra ward gold, even start building towards something like an Urn or early arcane boots for your team. Leshrac, he's got a bottle, which is Wagamama's. Wagamama probably just using it mostly. Spams the Flame Breath to farm, uses the bottle, and Jerax goes to the runes. Rune spawning soon. Here comes a rotation from Tidehunter. It looks like they want to go on Jerax. They're not going to be able to do so. The disruption wasn't there. The split earths once again landing, and Mini takes a haste rune. I imagine his teammates probably saying, come on man, leave that for this bottle we've got here that they're sharing at the mid lane. DK uses one charge, Leshrac another, and they're trying to... Mini's trying to come in. You just need a bit of dewarding here. They're going to catch out Shadow Demon. The Chain Stun is perfect, and now, well, not Scandal. Blower can just sort of sit there and watch as he throws a few arrows off. But that's going to be your first blood. Jerax on the Leshrac picks off the Shadow Demon. And bottom lane, we are going to be seeing a bit of a push coming out. There's Johnny on that mag. He's looking to start pressuring this tower a bit, but not really. I can't really even call this a push. It's going to get it's going to get this tower down to about half HP. Select now going to come on in. So he does some notable damage at least. Blower, triple Sage's Mask. Any questions about what item he was going for? Now answered. As Jerax and Wagamama are having a good time at this mid lane. Puck with 32 creeps mag, the safe lane mag. On par for that, but then you look at sort of these two solo mids, both DK and Clinks, pretty much even as well, 19 CS versus 18 CS. How's the lifesteal doing? 4 last hits for him. He's really struggling. The Bounty Hunter in the offlane with 11, also, look, I believe a bit more XP. He's level 5 to the level 4 on that lifesteal, and he's actually looking around. Level 5, he can do a bit of some decent sort of insta damage to someone like a Tidehunter. He's actually just going to come in, look to take a couple of these creeps. Would love to probably pick up this Alpha if he actually uses another Invis here. Not going to get in time. The Anchor Smash makes sure of that. Smart play by Tide. Even though he didn't get the creep, he was definitely not getting it if he didn't use that. He needed to wait sort of half a second longer, and he may have last hit, but he made sure he got the XP for it. Which, as a Tidehunter, you want to be hitting that level 6 as fast as possible. Blow at the mid lane. Actually gets a Ring of Basilisk, one of those Sage's Mask. Where's that 4th Sage's Mask? 3 not enough, man. You need more wisdom. As Mini, he's smoked up, he's coming towards the mid lane. Is that a sentry as well as an observer? No, it's 2 observers on there and then a sentry, which is a dire sentry, mini sentry. He sees that observer, but he's not going to deward it because he's smoked. He wants to get a kill here, it looks like. Question is, can he find it? He's going to go running in. He's looking for Blower. He's not going to get the kill here. No track, of course, and they have 1 sentry? Yeah, they do have a sentry. He's going to plop it down in mid lane, just help against that Clink. Says Diaside actually going to use a glyph here because bottom lane's been left completely empty with that Bounty Hunter rotation. And as a result, Mag does some decent, even more decent damage to this tower. Mini finishes off the D-Ward here, which he saw a long time ago, but he wanted to wait it out. And, well, Vigos at top lane can't really be killed by Sync. Short Waning Rift can prevent the rage, but you're going to have to get nice and close to do it. So if you drop a coil to sort of get close, he pops the rage and just runs the hell out of there. You're going to have to basically silence to lead things off. And I don't see Vigos letting him do that. Wagger now. Boots 1 bottle. Nothing too much beyond that. And Tidehunter, level 5. So 3rd point in Anchor Smash maybe. He seems to be going heavy in that, which is... Considering you've got, I guess the lifesteal is not really the farming carry right now. You've got a Clink, so the minus armor from extra points and Gush is pretty nice, but going for sort of a more heavy Anchor Smash, which is your sort of more reliable damage, harass, also good for pushing out those lanes. This Courier going to be coming in towards the top lane, just a magic one for Sing Sing, so nothing too significant. He's got treads, 600 gold. Can only imagine he'll be looking for that fast Blink Dagger. And still Mag leading the CS. He's almost got Arcane Blink. That's huge for the stand-in Johnny. And this T1 tower will get his team some nice extra bonus gold too if he can get it soon. He is pushing out the lane. It is going to give Bounty Hunter that level 6 any time now, but I think it's something which Empire is just going to be happy to play around, trying not to give up too many track calls. And here comes the next big creep wave. And this to me looks like this T1 tower will go down. No, if this creep wave didn't get pushed back so far, problem is now this siege creep is somewhat undefended. And QPad going for a similar push at top lane. 2 points in the Diabolic Edict. And it is going to be a potential pressure coming out on this tier 1 tower. Vigos really low, so one silence. If it's a split earth, he could be dead. You could react, because of the casting time, you may be able to react to it. He's going to be fast, he just dodges it. And dodges a bullet there. As Puck would have probably followed that up with a Dream Call, and maybe, I don't know if he was close enough for a silence, but it probably would have been close enough for an illusionary or damage, and just the right clicks would have been enough coming out from the range supports. As here we go, T1 tower push is coming. There's going to be a glyph. You got to time this with the Edict. You want to be popping that now. Yep. Smart place to get with the Edict. Oh, it's bottom lane though. First spot is there. They have dust. They brought dust on the Titan. They even had a Blink Dagger up, so Blink RP completely missing that one. Should have actually seen that Blink Dagger coming a bit sooner, and now the push coming on top lane. So they're going to... Are they trading tier 1s? Yeah. I don't know if that tier 1's going down. That's going to get denied. Mag should have stayed there for that tier 1. Top tower does go down. The Dire side gets that one with the 3 heroes pushing there. The Puck, the Rubik, and the Leshrac with the Edict. Did leave Wagga alone at the mid lane, but he's hit level 7. He's doing just fine with this Treads, Wand, and I think a bit of Bottle Crowing even. He's going to leave him alone. He says, okay, I'll just Bottle Crow. Clinks, 28 CS to DK's 43. So the solo mid Clinks not doing anywhere near as well as the DK. Lifestealer Vigos, 600 gold up on him. Who actually happened? Okay, Radiant did get this bottom tower. I'm looking at it now. Okay, so it wasn't denied. Looks like the creep wave was there just long enough. Waga at the mid lane, level 7. There's a couple heroes coming in to gank him. Tide, level 6 with a Ravage. Here we go. Blink Skewer not going to land. Ooh. Was looking for it. There was more backup as well with the Shadow Demon there. The Clinks was sort of in the neighborhood as well. As he's going to be a regen rune spawning at bottom. Leshrac going to pick it up. Yep, gets there just in time. There's no skewer up. There is a blink, and as a result, we're not going to see any attempted kill on the Leshrac. Track goes down on Mag as well, so his movement's going to be monitored closely. There's Lifestealer. Careful, there's a lift, which means you can get a silence off. No. Too slow, it looks like. The lift duration at level 2, not enough. That would have been a kill almost, I think, if he gets that silence off. Bit of a mistiming there from Sing Sing. Needed to just use it early, especially a level 4 silence. That would have done a lot of damage. It looked like it should have been a kill. Doesn't happen though, so QPandas still find themselves 1 kill apiece with Team Empire right now. Johnny at the bottom lane. 700 gold on top of this Arcane Blink. It's great as item as refresher, but I feel at this point you've got to be looking for something like a mech. Looking for that team fight item. You've got so much farm, you're in that safe lane, you have to help out your team, which is going to come from something like a mech. Maybe a 4-star, but I feel like mech here would be an item which Mag could benefit a lot from. He's going to TP mid, which is because his RP's back up. Even just a Blink Skewer here for a pick-off could be the way to play this. Question is, has he been spotted? There's no Dire Ward on the high ground. He will go past his creep wave, so reveal the fact he's there. Blink RP on 2, Skewer back, going to catch both of them. There's a TP coming in. It's just Rubik, though. They need the Puck here, but where is Puck? Leshrac brought down. Wagamama going to be the second to take a fall. He goes down, and Mini in the firing line. Select can just sit there in Viz, doing absolutely nothing but watch. Select drops the track down, and he's got to get the hell out of there. That TP needs to be Sing Sing. The TP came from the Rubik, but a Rubik, what, level 4? Maybe level 5 Rubik? It's decent, but you need that Puck. You need the level 4 silence with a Dream Coil as your backup. And Empire pick up 3 kills unanswered, possibly even a tier 1 tower. Great play from Johnny. He didn't even worry about getting spotted. Normally you think, okay, Mag's TP'd mid, he's going to stay hidden, look for a Blink Skewer, look for a Blink RP. He just walked right up, caught 2 with a Blink RP. Knew there was maybe a 3rd or 4th hero, but was quite confident he could take him on. Here we go. Sing Sing this time is going to be the one TPing in. Going to bring down Blower right off the Brat. They've also brought down Titan, who couldn't get off his Ravage. Oh no, without that Ravage, there's no way Empire can fight this anymore. They're going to lose 2. Buyback from Titan, and they want to try and fight this, but it's going to be too late because QPandas see that buyback and think, get the hell out of here. We do not want to fight this Ravage. Oh, Select! He cancels his TP. I think he was expecting a Ravage there maybe, but there was no Ravage coming. Titan had no interest on using it just for the solo kill. Sentry Ward gets popped down. It's actually a Dire Observer Ward here on that Dire side, spotting out anything across the river, so making it a pretty useful ward. There's actually a Radiant Observer Ward doing the exact same thing. Question is, QPandas need to get there to de-ward it. They're going to do just that. And there we go. Select back to bottom lane. Boots bottle, 800 gold. Probably going to be looking for that fast drum of endurance. It's still struggling to D-Ward. Oh, Mini. Miss. He's been sacked up 3 times. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Needs to be careful. No mag there for the Blink Skewer. Or even just something like a Blink Shockwave. Vigos, phase boots up on him. He actually hasn't died. 0-0-1, so... It's the great thing about being in that offlane. You can still get some decent item progression just by not dying. And this Clink's 3-1 now. It's going to be Orchid. You know, pretty fast time. Just needs that recipe. Empire's Blower. Orchid coming up soon. And we're going to see a smoke coming out from QPandas. So the idea of this is, well, let's find a pick off. Let's get ourselves some map control up. They've got wards on their support mini. They want to try to place them aggressively here, but they're going to find quickly that, well, it's Empire pushing down this mid lane. Mech is coming on the mag. Not to mention, the RP's back up. Courier needs to be careful. Don't want to get that sniped out, but this smoke gank is going to be hard to execute because there's an RP, there's a Tide and a Ravage. If you go right into this Tide, he's got the 1-pointed Kraken Shell. It's very likely that he can get off the Tide Ravage regardless of how you initiate. What actual reliable lockdown? Oh, just a fake RP. Couldn't tell if it was real. They're going to get the T1 town. I think QPandas realized they can't fight this. Mag teasing me. I don't actually have Dota 2 sounds. I believe you guys can hear the Dota 2 sounds, but I don't have them. I'm playing deaf, guys. Sing at the top lane. Sage's Mass. So, Yule Scepter possibly? Oh, they found a pick off. It's going to be a blink in with the infested lifesteal, and this looks like the death of many. There's the Tide Ravage if they need it. They're going to need it very soon. Tide can't get it off just yet. Needs to have that Kraken pop, but they're not hitting him. They're not doing any damage. There's your Ravage. Catches 3, but they've lost mag, and that's the big problem. They don't have an RP follow-up. Opa, Vigor's going to go running, and he gets stunned up immediately, taking too much damage, and it looks like QPandas have fought this really well. They do end up losing puck, and there's your RP. Mag, it looks like he bought back for this one. He really wants to take the fight. He wants Wagamama. In comes Clinks. That's the death of Wagga. So despite the good engagement by QPandas, once again, buybacks from the Radiant side. Yeah, Mag bought back for it. Last fight it was Tidehunter buying back. This time it's Mag. Making sure they have those big team fight ultimates, and QPandas pay for it. It was a good start to the fight. They had the counter initiation. They prevented an RP, and the Tide Ravage, despite it hitting 3, there was no follow-up damage. They sort of forced Tide to pop the Ravage defensively when there was no follow-up damage in sight, and as a result, well, QPandas were looking good, but then Mag came back, caught an RP off, Clinks arrived to the fight, and they picked off 4. So good fight for Empire, as we are going to see Empire, I imagine, start to pull away. About a 2k gold lead here in game number 1. The XP looking even better as well. Top lane, Blower. Orchid is up now for him, so he's 4-1, level 10. Orchid boots. This is where you really want to be, around the 15-16 minute mark, especially considering mid lane wasn't the free farm lane you'd expect it to be. Mag, his farm and his participation has been huge this game. He's going to have a mech up as well. 16 minutes in it. It's flying out right now. Sing. Leading the charge on bottom lane. It's a 5-man push coming into QPandas. They've got 4 heroes smoked, well, 3 heroes smoked up. Select reveals himself. Radiant Illusion's not going to scatter anything because of these smoked up heroes, and Mag needs to be careful. He is tracked here. The track going to wear off soon, but if they want to dive him, they can dive him soon. Puck, Blink Silence is going to be the way to do that. Prevent the skewer out. He has got a mech though, so the question is, can you do enough damage? And Vigos, he's invis. There's a sentry ward there. A second sentry ward there. He needs to rage immediately. He's not going to do so. Telekinesis, chain stuns. Oh, he gets the rage off. Another mistake for the second time this game. They had the rage. Sorry, they had the telekinesis, but they just don't chain stun it. Whether it's a split earth, a blink silence, they needed something to follow that up, and QPandas, oh. Deary me. Big mistake, and now the defense is ready. They haven't got Tide Ravage just yet. 10 seconds though, so they'll have it partway through this fight. Tide just poking around on the sides. He's nice and tanky. And hey, the thing is, it's on up for 5 seconds, but QPandas probably think it's up. He's poking around on the sides here. Sing going to be looking for a silence. Here we go. Tide Ravage in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Catches out 4. Perfect initiation coming in. Man going to be called up, so he can't get off an RP, but he has got this mech if his team need it. Clink's taking a lot of damage in the backlines. Is going to go down. Where was that mech? Mag getting distracted here. Is going to skewer, cancel Wagamama's TP. Gets the second kill. Sing buys back. Clink's unfortunately going down for that. He needed to stick a bit more with his team. Unfortunately, he was sort of trying to backstab a bit too much there. But sentry wards were all over the place. There was a sentry ward even over here. It looks like it got de-warded by the Radiant sentry, but there was a dire sentry here. There's one here. So backstabbing as a Clinks just was not possible that fight without getting burst down, focused down. And there's just so much burst damage on this Dire side with DK Flame Breath, Leshrac, Bounty Hunter with a maxed out Shuriken, Fade Bolt, Pug. All 5 of these heroes offer some kind of a nuke. And that means that, well, this Dire side can kill this Clinks off very fast, even if he's got bonus HP from a death pack. Alright, here we go. Rotation coming in. They're going to, select his invis. They smoked up for that one, and no sentries, no dust. No, neither. Bit of a mistake there. They probably used everything in that last fight, and they thought we can go for a smoke, try and find a pick-off, but they didn't take into account that. He's scouting Bounty Hunter with that Shadow Walk. Sing Sing back towards the top lane. He needs to be careful. Oh my gosh. One hit. Orc. There we go. Orca comes in now. Sing Sing orbed his way out of there. I guess because he got an orb off and then phase shifted. Here we go to see Mag rotate in. They will get the kill anyways. I was expecting a straight up Orchid, but it looked like Blower wanted to use that death pack first, get some extra damage, make sure he couldn't be killed off as well. But they do get the kill regardless, and Puck forces would run back right into the waiting jaws of the Magnus. Select now at the top lane. He's level 9, but his farm progression, item progression just is not there whatsoever. Waga, treads and drums, so maybe we don't even see the drums on the Bounty Hunter. It's a good item on its own, but they've already got one. Could see Bounty just go straight for something like a BKB. He has picked up the phase boot, so that can be his movement speed, and it's another awaiting Clinks. He's going to death pack this and then probably go hunting. Immediate Shadow Walk. Is this Shadow Walk? No, Skeleton Walk. Man, Bounty Hunter's the Shadow Walk, Clinks is the Skeleton Walk, and someone's going to be Wind Walk. This is confusing stuff, man. Tide Hunter. 029, despite being in a lot of these kills, hasn't really followed up with a ton of items. Blower, careful. There's Sentry Wards nearby, and one gets popped down immediately. Select, looking for a track onto Blower. Not going to find it just yet. Track does get dropped onto the Mag. He is going for a BKB, so I don't think that the refresher is needed so much this game. There's a lot of damage. It's very likely Mag is dying in these fights. It's better to stay alive with a BKB. The mech pickup was really a great idea here. And the BKB to follow it up will give him all the survivability he needs, because he's so important to stay alive. And his shockwaves on some of these squishy heroes, being able to throw 2, 3, 4 shockwaves in a fight is pretty big news. Not to mention, you re-empowering people like Lifestealer, Clinks, give them more damage, whatever it may be, can help out a lot. Lifestealer, TP's home actually, picks up his armor. So we've got phase armor on Lifestealer and Empire. They're in a really good position right now. We've got a 5k gold lead, XP even bigger, 10k XP. Although the longer this game goes, XP doesn't really matter as much once everyone's sort of level 11, level 12. It does give you some stats and some of those sort of lesser prioritized skills. Someone like a Rubik having some points in Nullfield is never a bad thing, but the kill attempt is at top lane. Have they got for a gem yet? That's the one thing I'm wondering. Yep, gem is there. It's on Empire Scandal. He's gonna... No, he's not going to catch up Bounty Hunter. He TP's out just in time. It was only... I mean, you expect a gem around now. For one thing, there's a Bounty Hunter on the map. For another thing, you're ahead. You want to get more map control. You want to stay ahead. TP's coming in. They want to fight this. Mag going to be the first TP. The Splitter timed perfectly. Can they bring down Johnny? No, they're going to back off. He's got the mech. They can't bring him down. He's got 1500 HP and a 250 HP heal. And here we go. Vigor's gone in from the backline. It's going to go right onto Mini as Mini runs forward, thinking, okay, I'm dead. Let's give time for my teammates to get out of here. Blower. He's looking for pickoffs. He's going to be on top of a Sentry Ward here. There's also an Observer Ward, so he should be spotting. This looks like we'll just see a tier 2 tower go down. Waga's at the bottom lane. He's taking the tier 1 himself up to level 11, so has that second point in that ulti form. But he's going to be seeing his tier 2 tower go down, and there's very little chance of him getting this tier 2 bottom unless the Radiant side go for a sort of a tier 3 upper ground push, which they're not doing right now. They're going to rotate top. They haven't actually looked at TPing bottom soon. I'd be surprised if they give Waga a free tier 2 tower. It's not really worth trading. Select, though, may buy him some time. He's got no TP. There is a gem on Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's too far back, though, doing some dewarding, and Waga actually not getting... I don't see him getting this tower. They're going to bring down the tier 2. They should be able to TP back in time. At least I'd be surprised if they don't. They need a TP soon, though. Waga doing some decent damage here, and, well, tier 2 tower at top goes down. No TP back. There we go. TP now comes back, but they waited so long. Waga going to get this in some way or form. Disruption? Disruption? No, he's waiting for it. I guess he's waiting because that's the only disable. That's the only thing which will cancel this TP. And need a purge, actually. They're going to throw the disruption here. The problem is it's going to be an immediate TP from Wagamama. Silence. No TP. It's going to get burst down. Here comes the rest of QPad. They want to try and fight this. They want to bring down Clinks. Is there enough damage? He's got Death Pact up to 1500 HP. Nice sort of counter initiation and bait by QPad, but they've got no vision. It is enough HP. 1500 for Blower. They pick off the DK, the smoke from QPad to sort of rotate around, and here we go, Tide looking for more pickoffs. Lifesteal in the background does bring down Bounty Hunter, and the fleeing Sing Sing. No mana for TP, now does. Ravage. No. Twister doesn't chance it. His old teammate, Sing Sing. Not going to go for it. They were good friends as far as I know. No spiteful feelings there. As Empire find themselves getting more towers, more kills. Up by now 7k gold. It was an interesting bit of play there. They abandoned their top lane and actually went to back up the DK, solo pushing a tier 2 tower, but they just couldn't quite get there in time to keep him alive. DK would have loved to have his BKB in that fight. He's going to have it soon now. 500 gold away, but without that, there was no escaping that Orchid and Klink's burst damage. Gem now on the Klinks. He's going to walk right into the DK. The good thing about Gem on the Klinks is you know when there's Sentry Wards there. Sentry Ward gets dropped and he's already running away. He gets spotted in mid lane, and as a result, probably not going to see him go poking around once again. He's actually going to rotate bottom, realizing the only tier 2 tower on the map is probably a good target right now to sort of get further ahead with. So we are going to see this tier 2 tower probably dropping pretty fast. I don't see QPandas able to defend this with their team fight against a Tide Ravage, Mag RP, and a Lifestealer. I say Lifestealer hasn't got any big team fight skills. It's the free BKB. It's a BKB with a 6-second duration and very short cooldown. That's what makes him a great team fight hero. He's just so hard to bring down. If you want to kill him, you have to time when you go on him, and you have to use a lot of spells. And now we see Klinks, well, just goes to town. He's going ham. This tier 2 tower going to be brought down. Well, it takes a bit of damage, but that's what Death Pact does, and he's going to lose the Death Pact and be full HP. Or near full HP. No? Oh, that's the Death Pact. I thought that was the Death Pact. There we go, 834 HP. So he's back to full HP. Can Death Pact another creep, and then he's fine. He's ready to go again. Mini trying to keep these Sentry Wards up. Wagger. BKB is online, and you got to feel that this next fight for QPandas has to be a big one. Has to be something influential, because they're going to be... the question is, do they contest this Roshan? Are there more Sentry Wards? They're going to scout this out. Probably, it looks like they've used up most of their Sentry Wards. Puck does scout it out. There is going to be an attempted engagement here. It's a Radiant Sentry Ward on the high ground. They need to bring more sentries. I think they used their last one just here. I don't see any more sentries. Okay, Rubik just flew some out. He's ready to go again. He's going to drop one. He's going to get caught out, though. Mini Gush to lead things off. It's going to be the death of Mini, it looks like. Here we go. Rage from Opa. No, he is going to pop it just in time. Wagaman with his BKB. Meanwhile, Sing RP catches out too. Don't need the skewer just yet, because we'll push him away from Vigos. Not going to pop it at all. Wagaman, despite his BKB, brought down. Silence on the puck. Finishes him off. And now Mini, as well as Select, going to be the next two to take a fall. Blower. Can he do enough damage? Yes, he can. Oh my gosh, the pain. Select goes down. Team wipe for Empire, and Empire's blower picks up a mega kill, an ultra kill on his Klinks, and this looks like GG. This looks like the end for game 1 for the QPad Red Pandas, as there's just so little they can do to come back at this point. They're going to lose their tier 3 tower. They're going to lose bottom racks, maybe even a second lane. They're going to pop the glyph, try and buy themselves some time, but fighting back at this point is just going to become colossally hard. I don't see it happening. And, well, I don't know. Empire, they played this just so well. They drafted well, they executed well, and right now we're seeing QPandas just with a lack of team fight against the Mag. The Mag has just been so high impact in this game. Blink RPs all over the map, and just setting up team fight after team fight. Twister's Tidehunter has been very good and solid as well. He's now got Arcane Boots, Drums, as well as his next pickup, so not worrying about a Blink Dagger. The Blink initiations have already come from other sources, from the Mag, from the Lifestealer infesting into someone like the Mag and Qpad. They're going to go chasing. They want these pickups here. Blow is going in straight onto Sing Sing. Yules is there to get rid of the Orchid. That's why it's a Yules pickup. And they bring down Klinks. Gem now on the ground. It should be at least. So sorry, I'm not sure exactly who picked up just yet. We'll have a quick look in a second here. As TP out Scandal. Oh my gosh, what a cheeky little TP. He didn't have the Gem. Gem was on the ground and it got picked up by no one? Did he kill off the Gem? No. Puck got the Gem. And this Yules is such a nice item to have against the Orchid of Klinks. As soon as you get Yules and focus down, as soon as you get Orchided, you immediately Yules yourself and then just either blink away afterwards or you fight. Because it dispels the Orchid effect from the Klinks. So it's a great item to have, but QPandas down bottom Raptors, but they're fighting on valiantly. It's an uphill battle from here, but they've taken the Gem, which is a big pickup, not to mention killing off the Klinks, who Has a BKB. I'm not sure if he actually had it that fight. I wasn't keeping an eye on him, but if he had it, he didn't use it. And Roshan, maybe going the way of QPad here. They're poking around and their Clinks is back in 5 seconds. This is going to be really tough. Tied with Ravage in 13. Oh, Select. He's poking around. He gets a track off. Twister. Oh, bit of a lag spike there. Not sure what exactly that was. And it's Tide trying to get this Ravage off 3 seconds ago. It wasn't actually up in time. Sing Sing gets caught on the high ground. For better or for worse, not exactly sure just yet. Looks like he probably wants to get down. Scandal going to throw a pause out. As I'm sure in 2 minutes time exactly, my chat is going to erupt with little dog faces. As Tide, it looks like lagging. He did run in a bit suicidally there, but his Ravage was on cooldown. There was no chance for a Ravage. It was 3 seconds until it was going to be up again. Although his position, considering he didn't have a Ravage, wasn't ideal. If he had the Ravage, great. That's where you want to be. Right in the middle of 4 or 5 heroes. Sing Sing needs to blink himself down in just a second. Shadow Poison may not let him. There we go. That's going to cancel. He's going to orb his way down. Take a bit of damage. Oh, no, blinks out. Blinks away from those Ancients, and now we're going to see some dewarding going on. Gem is still on Puck, I want to say. Yeah, Gem's still up on Puck. Opa. Vigos on the lifesteal comes poking around in as well, and they're going to get some deward here on the high ground. So denying off vision. QPandas still in the neighborhood, though. They want to make sure they can try and fight this. BKB not on cooldown for DK, so if they want to, they can, and I feel they have to. They're down one set of racks. If they give up Aegis as well, it's going to get really tough for them. Not to mention this item progression. Mag. Refresher coming up soon. Uh-oh. Select man. Luckily for you, there's a very big lack of sentries and dust. I say that as there's another... Okay, there's another sentry ward. The last sentry ward, it looks like. Coming out. Look at these sentries everywhere. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Major hate going on in this bounty hunt. Immediate buyback. They want to contest Roshan if there is a Roshan attempt, which they see the buyback and say, well, he just wasted, what, 800 gold? 750 gold? Let's just back off and farm. We're in no rush. We've got this great item progression. Clink's going to have, I imagine, a Daedalus soon, maybe an MKB. We've got Vigos with 4k gold. He can pick up a heart or something in the next couple minutes. Time bring out more sentries. Mag building towards that refresher orb. So QPandas, what does their item progression look like? The 2 supports, nothing really coming out of from them. It's going to be the DK maybe, who's got 1600 gold, but that's a long way for any sort of an item. Especially considering the position they're in. And there's no sort of big DK on what you're saying. This item's going to turn the game around. You look at the Radiant team, a Refresher Orb adds a lot to their team fight. Clinks with additional DPS from a Daedalus can give him a lot more in a team fight as well. For DK, it's a lot harder to do that. And now we're going to see Roshan brought down.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Empire. Clink's not even going mid. He's going to Death Pack. Okay, Death Pack then mid. It looks like that way, at least. Kills off one creep. Death packed it. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for his skeleton walk, maybe. I don't know what. There we go. Waiting for the skeleton walk and immediately pops that to go running towards this mid lane. And they'll probably go looking for that high ground push. Now, Aegis up on the Clinks. He's got the 2 lives. They get the Sentry Ward down. Scan up Bounty Hunter coming in. Even without the gem, they can still look to sort of take this fight. And Puck unable to deward the Sentry just yet. Blower straight onto the high ground. They just need a chuck. Just throw a telekinesis to stun. They're going to bring him down. Just blow the Aegis. Sure, he's got an Aegis here. You've just got to try and use it. But uh-oh. Mag, blink up. He catches out to Sing Sing as well as Waga. Both go down. Mini going to be the next to take a fall here. Tide. He's used his Ravage already. He gets some catch that one. And with the buyback from Sing Sing, maybe Cupid can hold this. Oppa, Vigos. He's actually gone for a Desolate, going for a very high DPS build. But unfortunately, that means he's too squishy. He gets brought down. Johnny on the Mag with the BKB, keeping himself alive. Jarek going to do some cute little dewarding here. And Sing, he's in the middle of a very, very sticky situation. Can he pull off something miraculous? Doesn't look like it. Clinks is there with 2 more right clicks, brings him down, and 3 Empire heroes all on absolutely no HP. If Puck stayed alive a bit longer, had 1 more nuke to play around with, that would have been fantastic, but it wasn't the case, and now Rubik brought down as well. Goodbye, good night, QPad Red Pandas, it looks like. Mid lane, there's nothing really to keep it alive now. 5 heroes dead, Empire with another team wipe. They get themselves up to about a 15k gold lead. Now the mid lane of the mid tier 3 tower as well as Rax is going to be taking a fall, it looks like. At least in the melee Rax. 3 heroes just about to respawn, so they can TP in. They're going to do so right off the bat. Clink's going to... No, Rax still alive. Disruption, going to keep him alive. Put those illusions onto this Rax. No, it doesn't happen. They saved the Rax just. Wagamama TPing in with the BKB, and now the chase is on. Shadow Demon. Looks like he's going to be brought down as... Well, Cupid, they hold. Rax Still intact. All right. That's how we do it, QPad. They say no problem. Unfortunately for them, it's just going to get harder and harder because they held that using buybacks. Sing Sing had to buy back. Did anyone else actually buy back? It looks like only Sing Sing, although Bounty Hunter bought back not long ago. So it cost them a buyback, it cost them a tier 3 tower, and then they trade sort of even on kills maybe. They get I think they get 4 kills end of the day, but how many did they lose? They lost 5 there. It was a 4 for 5 trade and they lost a tier 3 tower. So sure they hold, but if you look at the overall net gain, it's still a win for Empire. It's like, oh great, QPandas just held, but realistically, Empire get further ahead. Empire, they do use the Aegis, I guess, so if you look at it that way, maybe it's an even kill trade, but getting a tier 3 tower, almost getting the Raxes, and QPandas just they buy themselves time. That's the one thing they get, which Empire can't do as much with, because Empire are already pretty big, almost maxed out, whereas QPandas, they need more time to get DK as next items, Puck maybe another item, something like a Sheepstick, and even the supports. Get them tankier, get BKB up on select. So buying time for these items to come up is something useful. Vigos now, 1100 gold on him. The Armlet Deso build, great for doing a lot of insta damage, but he needs some survivability on top of that at this point now. Going for something like a Heart, I feel, would be fantastic. Even the race car build, the Sanjin Yasha, which we see YYF go all the time. Not a bad choice. So QPanda's still in this. Can't count him out just yet. As dire as things do look for the Dire team. No, that's not what we're looking for. Net worth. There you go. Item progression. We've got Twister, Arcane Drums, Vigos, the Armlet, Desolator Phase we talked about. Johnny's got his Refresh Orb. Blower hasn't quite got his Assault Crest. Must be getting close. He's got 1k gold, so a couple hundred gold away from having his Daedalus. What am I talking about? I'm spewing random words. His Daedalus coming up soon. We've got another gem on Scandal. Possibly take... I don't think he took the gem from Sing Sing. Maybe he did, because Sing Sing died that fight, but so did Shadow Demon once again. So maybe he recovered it. Or whoever survived recovered it. And then looking at this Dire side. BKB on Wagga. He's got the Helm of the Dominator. He's going for the Lifesteal build. And right now both teams sitting back. If Empire want, they could wait for Roshan, but... I don't know. I don't know. It seems like they just want to get these Raxes before Roshan. That's going to be 5 minutes. 5 minutes of time where selecting his BKB up. And we'll DK. I guess I don't think he's actually got anything beyond this Helm of the Dominator. Did he buy back? No, he didn't buy back, but he just spent 2k gold on that, and that was all he could really afford. Oh, no, he did. That's what I'm talking about. Crit. I like this pickup for him. You could save for buyback. You could have buyback instead, but at this point you just need damage. If you're buying back to hold, it's that similar story where you're trading kills, buying back, and maybe you hold your Raxes, but Empire are getting further ahead. Empire are getting more items, while DK is just not getting any item progression. There's a pause coming out from Select. It looks like they're ready to go, though. Didn't take them long to sort that one out. And the Siege will be coming. Where's that Lifestealer? Who's he infested in? It's the Mag, as you'd expect. And Mag with a Refresher, so he can just throw his first RP, even on solo DK. If you think you can kill him fast with your BKB and Rage, there's no real follow-up stuns. It's going to be, Blower. Klink's on the front guard. Oh, first RP. There we go. Lands decently followed by a Tide Ravage. There is a BKB popped by Wagamama, but here comes the second RP. Once again, 2 RPs used entirely on Wagamama. You can pick up the crit, but you can't anticipate the hate. The major hate coming out from Johnny on that Mag. He throws 2 RPs just to kill off Waga, and you can't even fault him for it. It secures the Raxes. It gets Empire 2 Rax advantage, and all with 2 RPs used entirely on a DK. Even Ravage was used. Sure, Ravage didn't hit the DK, he was in BKB form, but Ravage sort of zoned out the rest of the supports. They couldn't help keep DK alive just because of that Ravage, so Empire say, hey, we'll blow 3 ultimates, 2 RPs and a Tide Ravage just to get these Raxes. Even though we only get 1 kill, because, hey, they're now in a fantastic position. They can wait 2 minutes, have the Refresher Orb back up, and then be good to go once again. Man, this OP cooldown, 100 seconds, just ridiculously short. He's got the Daedalus. What comes next, though? 2.5k gold. BKB down to 7 seconds here. You can go for some survivability, but I imagine just raw damage. It's been working so far. Lifesteal's going the same route. He's got 2.3k gold himself. Maybe we see an Assault Crest from him if he wants to go for something more team-oriented. QPandas have one lane left, which they just have to hold. And they know these mag RPs can just be used on DK. And then how do you actually defend? The thing is, you can't counter-initiate because of the BKBs and the Rage. You've got nothing which goes through BKB on this Dire side. If DK gets caught out by an RP, or 2 RPs, he's dead. Because mag can BKB, Lifesteal's got the Rage, and in that 6-second Rage, in the, something like a 6-second BKB, 7-second BKB, they can kill off DK. So keeping him alive is going to be near impossible. Sing Sing doing his best to push at this top lane. He picks up an ultimate orb. Once again, these players can save for buyback gold, but there's no point. When you're down 4 Raxes, if the only way you're defending is by spamming buybacks, you're going to lose. Because at this point in the game, if you're 60 minutes in, you save for buyback. But at 37 minutes in, you need new items. DK isn't saving for buyback. He's going to be buying the Daedalus as soon as he can afford it. Same for Select. He buys his BKB. It's one of those, when you're in desperate position, you've just got to buy your items and hope you can win a fight without needing the buybacks. Problem is, against a mag double RP, you're going to need those buybacks. And it's really this sort of catch-22. Maybe hold a bit longer using buybacks, but ultimately lose because you have no new items, or probably don't hold. Or short term, you don't hold because you don't have buybacks, but you bought these new items because you need new items. So long term, you need the new items, and I think this is a risk you just have to try and take. But we'll see if Empire can break on through. All they need is a pick off or 2, and the double RP is there now for the mag. Got to keep an eye on him. He's got Lifestealer infested in them. All he needs to catch is DK. Really, it feels like. He's scouting around. He needs to make sure his blink doesn't get cancelled, but right now he's doing a good job of that so far. And Blower, just from the low ground, gets the tower down to below half HP, so they can even slow siege this if they really want. Sentry on the low ground, easy D-ward for Scandal. Creeps actually handle it as he didn't want to get too close there. And look at this. Tier 4 tower's going down. Tower actually goes down, so even more gold, more farm going away of Empire. Johnny is tracked up, which is the key here to keep vision off. And Blower straight into high ground. He's got BKB. He's going to be lifted up. He's got buyback. Oh, Mag. He's gone in. He's looking for an RP. Gonna not use it just yet. There's 2 BKB here. He's going to throw it right on them. Probably going to see a second one coming in just a second, as it looks like this could be the end for QPad. Wagamama gets brought down. This is a GG call. Mini calls it, as the second set of Raxes is going to take a fall. Puck is the last one to go down. Select. Nope, he's the last one to go down. Team White coming out. Empire secures game 1. We're going into game 2 of this best of 3 in the We Play Dota 2 tournament, guys. Thanks everyone for joining me. I'm God. Winter was going to be joining me a bit later on. He's not here just yet, but he should be here a bit later, as we are going to see the throne going down as Empire secure themselves game 1. This is the best of 3 though, so QPad Red Pandas can bounce back, and this is great to see for Empire, because Empire have not had the best results as of late in the last couple of weeks, but here they are putting up a great fight in the We Play Dota 2 tournament. So thanks everyone for tuning in, as right now we are going to see the QPad Red Pandas fall down 1 game. The team led by Sing Sing and Wagama are going to find themselves in a bit of trouble, and this is your group of death. A quick look at what we're seeing today. We've got QPad versus Empire here. KP are taking on Dignitas. That's over on the Beyond the Summit 2 channel. Check out that channel, www.twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit2. Blaze is casting with Skim over there. He's doing some of these other matches. I'm doing QPad versus Empire, followed up by the 2 winners. So whoever wins this series up against the winner of the other series. And, well, this is your group of death. Only 2 of these 4 teams will advance. We're going to find out who it is shortly, later on after this break.